Hey, we are live. What's going on, everybody? Here in the Okanagan Lake, I'm about to watch Kate Flowers' Regrets Fruitarianism video. Haven't seen it yet. Let's bring it up. Kate Flowers, Fruitarian. Okay. I don't see it when I type that in. Okay, I Regret Being a Fruitarian by Kate Flowers.
I mean, it's not a
37,000 views. Really good ratings. And she looks great. Check it out. Okay. I'm gonna watch it on like double speed so we can get through it really quickly. Maybe 1.75 speed.
Now in my 30-year-old mind, I'm like, that's totally insane in the sense that everything happens for a reason, and I would not be who I am today had I not been a fruitarian for several years. I don't regret it, but in pretty much every other sense, I do. Okay guys, you've seen the title, you know what this video is about. Let's get straight into it. First of all, I'm not a doctor, a dietitian, a nutritionist, or a professional expert in this field in any way, shape, or form. Secondly, I'm not here to criticize anybody's dietary choices, nor am I here to say that fruit is bad. Obviously, fruit is healthy, fruit is good for you. Almost everybody in the world, regardless of their diet, can agree on that. But another thing almost everyone can agree on, regardless of their lifestyle choices, is that a diet super high in sugar, regardless of where the sugar is coming from, is probably not a healthy thing, especially long term. Now, if you're brand new to my channel, or you haven't been a part of the vegan or plant-based channel on YouTube, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Why would this person, what is a fruitarian? Why would somebody eat a diet just fruit ever? And what the heck is going on? If you are somebody who's been a part of this community for any amount of time, or been on my channel for any amount of time, chances are you have a general idea of what I'm talking about. So I haven't promoted a super high fruit diet on my channel since the very beginning of my channel. And those of you who've been here since then know that I have progressively grown, evolved, and changed my dietary choices to include lots more healthy fat and protein, lots more. And I've even had some of you guys message me lately asking why some of my older videos are now taken down or privated. And it's because I don't want to have those videos out there. I don't want to in any way on any part of my channel promote that a diet comprised mostly of fruit, sugar, and carbs is healthy long term. Again, I'm not here to criticize or attack anybody else's dietary choices. If you have consulted some kind of dietitian or nutritional professional and they are 100% giving you the okay on eating a extremely high sugar, high fruit, high carb diet, I have nothing to say about that. But in my experience and from what I have seen from the people around me, it's not a great idea. That's why those old videos are removed. While I don't think it's harmful at all to do it as a cleanse or as a 7-day or 2-week or even a month. I mean, this is not going to hurt you if you eat primarily fruit for a short period of time. It's got lots of fiber, lots of vitamins, lots of minerals, lots of nutrients. It can be beneficial for short periods of time. I truly believe that. And I experienced that in the beginning of my fruitarianism. But I really do believe that in the long term, you're going to run into some nutritional deficiencies and therefore it's not good. Not to mention excess sugar running through your blood, no matter where it's coming from. I just don't believe that it can be a good thing. And
I agree. Excess sugar, no matter where it's coming from, cannot be a good thing. I agree. Excess, or in other words, too much, is not healthy. I agree, for sure.
Could be wrong, but I don't think I am. So to quickly address the people who might be completely clueless, when veganism kind of blew up on YouTube, there was a popular diet revolving around something called 80-10-10. This based 80% of your daily calories from carbs, primarily fruit, 10% of your daily calories from fat, and 10% of your daily calories from protein. That's really low fat and protein, especially for a female. Our body...
It's a lot lower than most people are used to, for sure. And I don't think you necessarily need to stick with 80-10-10 when eating fruitarian. I think you can, and the whole like fruitarian thing, I don't know how she defines fruitarian, but for me, fruitarian means like you're getting majority of your calories from fruit. That doesn't mean it needs to be 80% carbs, 10% fat, 10% protein. Although it can be for short periods of time, it can be for short meals or for meals from time to time, but I don't think you need to, be sticking with 80% carbs, 10% fat, 10% protein. I think you can have higher fat, higher protein if you want.
Need healthy fats for our hormones to function properly. And even though there's this stigma in the vegan world, don't worry about my protein and I won't ask you about your cholesterol, we still need protein. Amino acids are essential for the function of our bodies. And a lot of people in the high carb, super fruitarian movement for a long...
Yeah, there's a difference between protein and amino acids. So she's saying that we need protein. She probably means we need amino acids because plants have amino acids in them. And when we eat the plants, like fruit or vegetables, our body converts those amino acids into protein. But when you eat animal products, you have to eat them and you eat their protein, and your body has to break down that protein into amino acids, then re-uptake it into your own protein. So you don't really get protein from plants or fruits, you get amino acids, but whatever.
Time on YouTube, we're blasting the idea that if you eat enough calories, you'll be fine. Well, I tried this for like 3 years, guys. I would not recommend anybody do what I did. Again, guys, fruit is not bad, but I didn't just eat one apple, a few grapes, a couple bananas, and then, the rest of my normal daily food. I was living primarily on fruit for 3 years. And there are people who are out there doing it somewhat successfully, or they seem healthy still, and they've been doing it for a significant amount of time. I don't know if those people are anomalies or what. I'm not making this video to try to prove the point that I'm right. I'm making this video because of my personal opinions and beliefs on this matter. And there's a lot of other people in the vegan community who agree with me on this, so you can watch tons of videos about it. Generally, a healthy diet.
It's so weird, like I succeed on it and people think I'm an anomaly. I was speaking with Drew about this, and he's like, yeah, Ted, you're just like genetically like gifted in that regard. You can like be fruitarian. I'm like, how am I genetically gifted? I'm just doing it differently than other people. How am I an anomaly? So I just really have a strong desire to live in line with nature's design.
Diet is comprised of balance, not just focusing all of your energy on one food group, no matter what that food group is. Kale's healthy, but if you only eat kale, you're not going to be healthy.
See, here's the thing, every animal in nature has a species-specific diet, right? Sharks just eat fish. Caterpillars just eat leaves. Birds just eat worms. Like cows just eat grass. And every animal has their species-specific diet, their species-specific food. So if you stick to one food group, fruit is a huge food group. There's so many different varieties of fruit and vegetables, if you want to include vegetables, that you could eat a new fruit every day for the rest of your life, and you're still never going to run out. There's so much variety. So yeah, fruit really is human food, man. So I think sticking to that one food group, sure, having some vegetables, having some nuts and seeds, go for it. But we're going to thrive on a primarily fruit-based diet, I believe.
Fruit is healthy, but if you only eat fruit, you're not going to be healthy. Let's go back in time. I would consume a massive.
Yeah, if you only eat fruit, you're not going to be healthy. I agree. You also need to sleep. You also need to get in fitness. You also need to hang out with friends. You also need to, breathe good, clean air. You also need to think awesome thoughts. You got to get some fitness in. Like, if you just eat fruit, you're not going to be healthy. 100% agree. I should make a video called "If You Just Eat Fruit, You're Not Going to Be Healthy." I agree. You also got to do other things as well. When it comes to diet, though, I believe that you can get pretty much everything you need from fruit. If you feel like you need something else, then sure, supplement, or sure, go eat some other food. But I believe the majority of your calories can come from fruit, and you'll still be awesomely healthy.
Massive smoothie every day. Not like a normal size smoothie with one frozen banana, a little bit of protein powder, some spinach, some hemp seeds, some chia seeds. Balance? No. I'm talking like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bananas, throw in some dates, maybe even throw in some extra coconut sugar, because I was at this time truly, truly brainwashed into
coconut sugar. Not necessary, Kate. I don't know why I'm bringing in coconut sugar into the conversation here. Obviously, I know you used to do coconut sugar, but has nothing to do with fruitarianism. But yeah, interesting point.
Thinking that carbs and sugar were the answer. Fat was bad, protein was bad, or at least too much of those things were bad. All you really need.
Definitely. There's a lot of people who think that. They think, no fat is better, no protein is better, just pure carbs. I don't agree. I think balance, like she's talking about, is awesome.
To do is focus on carbs. Now in my 30-year-old mind, I'm like, that's totally insane. But like, this is the power of YouTube and influencers and people who are putting themselves out there and who happen to look great at the time and are telling you this is the way, this is the only way. It's not the way, and it's not the only way. Obviously, most people know that, so I'm not necessarily telling this to people so that they avoid me.
Yeah, there's so many different ways of eating, and people can thrive in so many different ways. The thing is, like, so many people, when they get on a fruit diet, they feel so effing good, and they just don't know how to sustain it long term to continue to feel good. So they feel good initially, and then they buck up, and then they go back, and then they say they regret it. So saying like fruitarianism isn't the way, well, it's the way for some people. Just like carnivorism is the way for some people. Some people seem to be thriving on meat. It's not the way I would choose to do it. I choose to stick in line with nature's design, eat fruit, but whatever.
Making the same mistakes I did, because I don't think that most people at this stage in the game would even do that. More than anything, my message is don't just listen to one person. I've said all along, my way is not the only way. I'm not here to try to convince you that this is the only way that you can eat a healthy plant-based lifestyle. This is the only way you can be healthy in general. You have to be vegan, you have to be plant-based, and you have to do this, this, and this. That's not my job, nor is that what I'm trying to do or what I've ever tried to do. So just be careful. Be careful about who you follow, what you follow, and how seriously you take advice from a YouTuber with no health credentials.
Yeah, I think it's important to, like I said this yesterday on Instagram, rather than listening to one person or a bunch of different studies or something talking about why you should eat certain food or why you should be doing a certain thing, like rather than looking at all these studies and scientists and doctors, like you can if you want, but at the end of the day, you have to come down to you. Like, how do you feel? People say, how many calories should I eat? It's like, well, I can tell you approximately how many calories I eat, how many calories approximately you should eat, or what fruit you should eat. But at the end of the day, it comes down to you. How good do you feel eating a certain food? Like, how good do you feel? How good do you look? How good is your digestion? It all comes down to you. Definitely agree with Kate there.
Including me. And like, I've really done my research and really truly tried to be as responsible as possible and not been afraid to change my ways here and there to adjust myself to be healthier. I'm not like gun-ho on from day one. I said this is the only way and I'm going to stick to this is the only way, because it's just not. Probably the only people watching this who will remember when I was eating that way are people who've really been here since the beginning, or maybe you're new and you went back and watched some of my old videos, which most of are privated now. But I just want to make sure that I publicly stated it and made it really, really clear that I do not believe in a super high fruit, super high sugar, super high carb, low fat, low protein diet. And I haven't for a long time. So let's continue on with an example of the ridiculous amount of fruit and sugar that I used to eat in a day. So aside from having a very large smoothie, I would have one or sometimes two very large bowls of ice cream, which is banana ice cream. It's really easy to make. me. There is nothing wrong with an ice cream, guys. If you want to make it, you should, because it's delicious and it can still totally be part of a very healthy diet. But girl, like I was eating this for breakfast and sometimes for dessert along with my massive smoothie. Then I would also at some point have some kind of salad. All in all, I spent about 3 years eating anywhere from 200 to 400 grams of sugar a day. First of all, I'm not a professional athlete. Second of all, I'm 5'2". Thirdly, I was eating too many calories, too much fruit, and too much sugar for my body type and probably generally for most people.
Too much sugar, like Kate said at the start of the video, or any excess is not healthy. I agree. Too much is too much. Excess is just excess. You don't need all that.
At the time, I really thought I was doing the right thing. I really thought that our bodies were meant to only eat fruit ever, and that would provide us with every single thing we could ever need. And maybe in the tropical, wild wilderness, that maybe is true. But
boom! That's it. Thank you.
I personally feel a gazillion times better eating a balanced meal. Way more balanced macros, lots more healthy fats, lots more.
I don't feel better personally eating like a balanced meal. I feel better having a balanced day or balanced week or balanced month. Having a balanced meal is a recipe for indigestion as far as I'm concerned. I prefer a mono meal. So if I am going to have watermelon, I'll have watermelon. If I am going to have hemp seeds, I'll have hemp seeds. If I am going to have avocado, I'll have avocado. But I don't like having a balanced meal. I'm not going to mix my avocado with my watermelon. You know, I'm not going to mix my freaking whatever else I eat with fruit. Like I just want to keep fruit in and of itself by itself.
More healthy proteins, not nearly as much fruit or sugar. So I'd already been eating this way for about 2.5 years before my first Woodstock Fruit Festival. When I attended the Woodstock Fruit Festival, I had a moment, and I won't name names or show pictures or anything, so I'm not here to be cruel. And
Woodstock Fruit Fest, Camp Holland.
So kind and so loving and so sweet and so sincere. Everybody really believes they're doing the right thing here. However, there was this common trait that looked really unhealthy to me. Some of the people were just really skinny. I'm not talking like lean and muscular, like, you know, like looking good, looking fit. They were just skinny. Like the skin was hanging off of them. They just looked bony. Their eyes were all sunken in the back of their head. And I noticed it mostly in the people who'd been doing it for a really long time. And not everybody. There were some anomalies, but like a lot of the speakers, a lot of the older people who were speaking at this event just like looked scary. So my first Woodstock at this point was almost 3 years ago. That was the first moment that I was ever like, maybe this isn't the answer, because it's not about aesthetics. It's not all about how you look. But if you have been doing something for 10, 15, 20 years and your external appearance isn't at all reflecting health, in fact, it's reflecting something that looks more like nutritional deficiency, it clicked in my mind. And you can ask the people I was closest to at this time. I talked about it to them. So I was like, something's not right, guys. Like if this is truly the way.
We were brainstorming. Kate, Elise, and I were in the movie room when she's talking about this, her very first Woodstock. It was such a fun Woodstock. It was when we were doing the Vegan World Summit, and Kate and Elise were speakers, and we were like brainstorming, like, okay, like who are the healthiest people here at Woodstock? Like, what are they doing differently? Like maybe it's the green juice. We're like looking, we're like, yeah, everyone's doing green juice, looks really healthy, and we're just going through like all these criteria, and that's what she's saying right here. It's interesting.
At this event just like looked scary. So my first Woodstock at this point was almost 3 years ago. That was the first moment that I was ever like, maybe this isn't the answer, because it's not about aesthetics. It's not all about how you look. But if you have been doing something for 10, 15, 20 years and your external...
And Kate was the first girl actually who introduced me to this idea of like, and I like, Kate was the first girl to introduce me to this idea of like, look how good someone looks and look what they're doing and make that connection there. Before Kate, I'd never really understood, never even considered that thought before, but since Kate, I've actually started looking more like, yeah, that person looks good. What are they doing? So thanks, Kate, for that.
Appearance isn't at all reflecting health. In fact, it's reflecting something that looks more like nutritional deficiency. It clicked in my mind, and you can ask the people I was closest to at this time. I talked about it to them. So I was like, something's not right, guys. Like, if this is truly the way, something's not quite adding up. And at that point, I had already experienced some things like my hair not being as thick. My hair was like shedding a lot more. I think at that point, I slowly started to transition my diet. I added in some more cooked foods. I added in some more proteins and some more fats. And slowly over time, I evolved to the point where I am now, which is very, very macro balanced. I eat plenty of healthy fats, plenty of healthy proteins, plenty of healthy carbs. And I believe that regardless.
Yeah, so plenty of healthy fats, plenty of healthy protein, plenty of healthy carbs, I think is awesome. I just don't recommend doing that in a meal. Your digestion can suffer as a result. If you're going to have plenty of carbs, plenty of fat, plenty of protein, have like the carbs in one meal, the protein in one meal, have the fat in another meal. But I wouldn't recommend mixing it all together. Your recipe for disaster as far as digestion goes.
Regardless of the lifestyle you choose, it's a healthy approach. Besides these kind of degenerative features, I was noticing another big problematic thing is that you're just not getting all of the nutrition you need in a day on a fruit-based diet. Unless you're eating like 5,000 calories, which who the heck can do that? And even me, I was trying to eat.
I've punched in Chronometer before, many times. And if I punch in like, I forget what it is exactly, but if I punch in tomatoes, papayas, coconut water, some lettuce, and like that's it, I'm pretty much meeting all of my nutritional targets. Again, it's like tomatoes, coconut water, papayas, lettuce, maybe like one other thing. And I'm eating like a Brazil pill, not Brazil pill, a Brazil nut. Call it a Brazil pill because it's like super high in selenium. Like one Brazil nut or something, and you got all your nutritional targets met there on Chronometer, and that's for like a 3,000 calorie diet. So I'm not sure why she's talking about 5,000 calories. Maybe she just didn't punch in the same combination I punched in, but yeah.
eat 2,000, 2,500 calories. I thought that's what I was supposed to do. And at that time, I really wasn't looking at the nutritional panel so much on Chronometer. I was more making sure my carbs were high, my sugars were high, my fats and proteins were low, because that was the right thing to do. But when I look back now, I still have these Chronometer entries, obviously. So I'm going to show you guys a few things. Clearly, my sugars are just outrageous. 300 to 400 grams of sugar a day. And that was very, very normal. The rest of my Chronometer panel looks pretty bad. Everything should be in the green. You should be meeting your recommended daily amounts of all your vitamins and minerals and nutrients. That's just kind of a basic thing for being healthy. And I had a lot of blank spots, especially at the time. Supplementation was not talked about a whole lot in the vegan community, in the online YouTube vegan community. People were finally starting to realize, hey, you need to take a B12 supplement, but not a lot of people talked about D3, K2, iodine, lots of things that you need to look out for. Yeah, it just was like a big blank. So if you ate that way, like I did, for any significant amount of time, you're probably going to have some issues until you truly replenish and rebuild your system. Clearly, I'm passionate about this topic.
It's a possibility for sure. I think it's important now, looking back. It's like, well, you might as well supplement. It doesn't hurt. You might as well supplement with B12. You might as well supplement with vitamin D. You might as well supplement with whatever else you want to supplement with, vitamin K if you want. It doesn't matter. Like, if you want to supplement with something, go ahead and supplement with it. I don't think there's any danger in supplementing with something. I just obviously think it's better to get your nutrients from whole foods or juices. Because I don't consider juice a whole food, but I consider it a living food. So yeah, if you want to supplement with something, go ahead and do it to meet your nutrient requirements there.
I love nutrition. I've even thought about just going back to school for a long period of time and becoming a registered dietitian or nutritionist of some sort, because I find this stuff fascinating. I have learned a lot through my own process and my own journey. Again, being somebody who is a YouTuber who's online, who's sharing a message with any amount of people, you want to do it responsibly. I haven't always done that because I could only do better when I knew better. So for the last 2.5 years, I've done my best to share a really responsible, well-rounded, healthy, nutrient-dense message in my videos, in my ebooks, in my recipes. But for the first, 6 months to a year of being on YouTube, I was definitely still in like fruity land, and therefore wanted to make this dedicated video to clarify, to share my past experiences. Again, of course, I wouldn't be where I am today had I not gone through that. And of course, I do not think it would have been bad had I just incorporated some meals that were primarily fruit. Like, you want to eat just fruit for breakfast? Fine, go for it. But huge blended sugary smoothies along with more and more fruit throughout the day? No, I just can't get down with that. That doesn't mean that I'm against raw food or raw vegan diets, because obviously I love raw food. I feel best when I'm eating mostly raw food, but that raw food has to include lots of more greens, lots of green juice, lots of hemp seeds and chia seeds and protein powders and sources of healthy proteins and fats. More balance overall, guys. That's my
I don't know about you, but anytime I ever consumed a protein powder, I have gas. Digestion just plummets. So I don't think your diet needs to comprise of protein powders. If you want to add them in, fine. There's a lot of raw sprouted protein powders, but for me, anytime I've had them in the past, gas. So I try to avoid those at all cost. What else did she say? Let's rewind.
in diets, because obviously I love raw food. I feel best when I'm eating mostly raw food, but that raw food has to include lots of more greens,
So she says right there, she feels best when she's eating mostly raw food. And that's because humans are living creatures and we thrive on living foods. When we cook our food, when we eat dead food, we're going to feel that vibe, that lower vibe. The higher vibrational the food we eat, the higher vibrational mood we're going to feel. So yeah.
Lots of green juice, lots of hemp seeds and chia seeds and protein powders and sources of healthy proteins and fats. More balance overall, guys. That's my message here. Please leave your questions and comments down below. I'm interested to hear what you...
Yeah, more balance overall. Sure. That's cool. I think if you want to eat a lot of fruit and a lot of sugar in general, a lot of food in general, heck, I think it's important to get it in a short window. So intermittent fasting is really, really smart idea. Because if you're eating sugar throughout the day, if you're eating any food throughout the day, your insulin is going to be up throughout the day. And when your insulin's up throughout the day, you're aging faster. And when your insulin's up, you're not releasing human growth hormone. Human growth hormone is responsible for keeping you looking young, fit, healthy. And human growth hormone cannot be released when insulin's up. And insulin is up if you're eating. And insulin only goes down to baseline about 6 hours after you stop eating, which is why it's so important to do intermittent fasting. It's so important to do intermittent fasting, not just for your human growth hormone, but also for your teeth. Like if you're eating throughout the day, if you got sugar on your teeth all day long, if you got food in your teeth all day long, not just sugar, bacteria go in there, they eat that food, and then they poop, and their poop's acidic, and it breaks down your teeth. So it makes sense to do intermittent fasting for two reasons. Number one, well, many reasons, but two primary reasons here. Number one, for the human growth hormone. Way more human growth hormone gets released when you're fasting. I mean, it only gets released when you're fasting. So you might as well tap into that by not eating, and then only eat when you have to eat in that 4-hour window or however long a window you want. If you're eating cooked food, it can be a shorter window. If you're eating raw food, 4 hours plenty. And the second reason is just to keep your teeth clean. So, eat between 12 and 4, and then afterwards, 4 o'clock, brush your teeth. You don't need to brush your teeth again until 12 p.m. the next day. 4 p.m. the next day. So your teeth are only covered in food for 4 hours, which is not enough time for bacteria to grow and shit and decay your teeth. So yeah,
you think. Some of you may be able to relate to this and have been around this long and have experienced kind of the fruity culty thing that happened on YouTube. But if you haven't, you're probably like, that's weird. Why would anybody do that? That's clearly not healthy. Either way, leave your comments down below. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. My username right now does have the word fruit in it. I may try to change that at some point because I don't really want to be associated in any way with the fruitarian movement. But we'll see. Rebranding is kind of a bitch. So I'm not sure about that yet. But for now, this is where you can follow me on Instagram. I post stories to my Instagram stories every single day. I love you guys. I hope you're having an amazing day or night. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video, and I will talk to you soon.
Cool. Kate's cool, man. I like spending time with Kate. She's got a good vibe. She's lots of cool ideas. I like how hip and modern she is. Yeah, Kate's cool. But I just had a really cold swim a couple hours ago in the lake. Then I had a really hot shower. I like dried out my skin, I think. I was in the shower for like freaking 20 minutes, super hot after the cold shower, after the cold lake. So my skin looks a little dry, but it's all good. It's funny because we're watching a video about like how people look, and I'm like, fuck, my skin's like hella dry. So it happens when you have a hot shower for 20 minutes. Hi Ted, what do you eat now? I didn't see your chat from the beginning. I eat the same things I've always eaten, man. Like go watch any of my videos over the past 10 years. My diet hasn't changed. Can you recommend a good book on Fruitarian that they've read? Yeah, I like Ann Osborne's Path to Paradise. That book's amazing. So yeah, overall, thoughts on Kate's video. I should probably do a proper response to it. This was just like a live reaction almost. There's a lot of things I'd add to it. A lot of things. Most of what she said, like, I mean, not most, but yeah, most of what she said, I guess I'd agree on. It's just like she left out a few parts that I would add to. But for the most part, I think what she said is pretty cool. I guess the main part, like I would disagree on, is like having balanced meals. Balanced meals, you're setting yourself up for a recipe for indigestion. And I don't know about you, but I like to have no gas. I like to have like smooth, simple poops. I like to have no feeling in my stomach like I'm digesting something. Like, I don't want to have to deal with digestion. I feel my best when I'm fasting. I feel best when I'm empty. I'm light. I got nothing going on in my gut, my intestines. So if I am going to have to digest food at all, if I'm going to have to digest anything at all, I want it to be the easiest possible thing, right? I want to eat fresh fruit, something that's going to digest the easiest. At the same time, of course, I want to make sure I'm meeting all of my nutritional targets, right? I want to make sure I'm getting in enough calcium and enough vitamin C and enough vitamin Bs and chromium and selenium and all these things. So there are little tricks you can do to make sure you hit all those targets, while at the same time making sure that your digestion is flawless. But I'm not sure if as many people prioritize flawless digestion as I do. But yeah, that's one of the main reasons I stick to a fruit diet. It's just because the digestion is so perfect. Did you try walnuts with bananas? Hell no. I would never mix walnuts with bananas. I don't like mixing fat and sugar. Can you share a few chronometers? Yeah, I'll share a few chronometers in the very near future. For sure. Are there fish in the lake? Yeah. Oh, it was so cool. I was sitting on the edge of the dock and this beaver swims by. It's like silent beaver swimming by. I was like looking up and I looked down. All of a sudden there's like this beaver swimming by, like 2 feet in front of me. And it's like swimming past me. And I'm like, and it's like turns around and starts like swimming back towards me. And I'm like, oh my God, it's swimming. It's like it responds like a cat, So it's swimming back towards me. And then it goes past me again, it's like looking up at me. And then it goes past me again. It swims back around, sees me again, comes like right up to my feet. And then splash. Boom, it goes underwater. I'm like, whoa. It just went bam with its tail and went underwater. They have that habit of doing that, eh? Whenever they go underwater, they don't do it very stealthily. They just go bam, and their tail goes whoosh, and they go underwater. Those are really cool. So, point of that story is you can like interact with beavers. You can control where beavers swim based on the sound of your mouth. That's pretty damn cool. That's the sound. Walnuts, mango, banana. Yeah, I would never mix that. Nuts with fruit, not a good combination. I agree. Do you think Doug Graham looks healthy? He looks a lot healthier than a lot of people his age, that's for sure. And he's definitely fitter. He's definitely got more energy. He's definitely sharper, clearer. for sure. Once I was eating a lot of bananas and avocados and walnuts together, I gained a bunch of weight. Yeah, if you want to gain weight, then load up on the avocados, the walnuts, the bananas, and the dates. Who in their right mind would want to be a raw fruitarian? Sounds miserable and extremely unhealthy. Yeah, I'm miserable all the time, man. It's been a decade, and I was having a meal last night with a friend, a brand new friend. Just met her at the weekend at Veg Fest. Invited her over to the cabin. She came over, we ate some fruit, and I was like, we were so excited to be eating this melon dinner. It was amazing. And she's like, so how long have you been doing this? And I was like, a decade, 10 years. It started when I was 19. I'm turning 29 in a month. And I'm like, and I love every meal. I'm so excited for every meal. Like, every meal is amazing. I look forward to every meal. The mental clarity after every meal is amazing. Whenever I would eat cooked food, the mental clarity just boom, drops. I feel sedated, feel medicated. But after a fruit meal, I feel like still super sharp, just like I felt before the meal. Like, there's no difference in mental clarity before a fruit meal and after a fruit meal. You're like still the same sharpness. Do you eat avocado now? No, I've taken a little break off avocados for a while. Will you do a rebuttal to the vegan deterioration channel? Never heard of it. Never heard of it. People say certain people look like they're aging, or certain people have sunken eyes, or they have this dry look or whatever. I don't understand that. And some people say like certain so-and-so looks fantastic, other people don't look that great, and other people say so-and-so looks amazing, and other people say that same person looks like shit. Like, looks are very subjective, I find. Like, the most beautiful women I see, I'm like, wow, that girl is gorgeous. My sister's like, ew, are you serious? I'm like, what do you mean, ew, that girl's fucking gorgeous? My sister's like, no. I'm like, wow, you don't see what I see. So even like in the same family, we have different tastes about how someone looks. And my grandma looks at my mom and she's like, oh, like, you're way too skinny. And I'm like, I look at old pictures of my mom, like, my mom used to be fat. And my grandma looks at those pictures and my grandma's like, oh, like, Susan used to look so good back then. And I'm like, no, she was fat. Like, can't you see? But so people have different perspective. So people look at me and like, oh, Ted, you look like you're 40. Other people look at me and they're like, oh, it looks like you're, in your 20s, which I am. So looks are based on perception, man. It's like your favorite artist, your favorite musician. Like, some of my favorite songs are definitely not your favorite songs, but I love these songs. I listen to them every single day. I'm like, this is the best song. This song's amazing. It sounds amazing. Fact. And you're like, no, this song sounds like shit. Fact. I don't like it. So even like songs and music, it's not just how people look. Looks and sounds are subjective. And some people watch my YouTube videos and they think I'm an arrogant dickhead or something, or they think I'm a douchebag or I'm creepy. That's a big keyword. People are like, oh my God, he's so creepy. How the fuck am I creepy? If you think I'm creepy, I'm creepy. But if you've met me, maybe if you hung out with me, you wouldn't say that. But I don't know. Who knows? Like, I've never met anyone in real life, hung out with them, and then when they leave, they're like, oh, Ted's creepy. It's just never happened. So yeah, people are judgmental. That's just how we are as humans. And at the end of the day, you got to do what feels good for you. So I'm happy Kate's doing what feels good for her. I hope her digestion is amazing. I hope her energy and her moods are amazing. As Kate said, you can't just eat fruit and be healthy. I agree. You also need to take care of your sleep. You also need to make sure you're meeting all of your nutritional requirements. Got to make sure you're getting in enough breath and good clean air. Got to make sure you're moving your body with fitness. Got to make sure you're expressing gratitude. You got to take care of all your needs. It's not just a fruit. Eating a fruit diet is not going to make you healthy. It can help fuel you for sure, but there's so much more to life than diet. So much more to life than diet. Yeah, do you log your food in Chronometer? Not often. Not often. I can, like, I'll do it for a day. I should do it soon. I'll do it what I eat in a day, and then I'll log it in Chronometer. Because yeah, it's really easy to meet all your nutritional requirements. It doesn't take a lot of fiddling around. It's like you just eat plenty of tomatoes, plenty of lettuce, plenty of papayas, plenty of coconut water, maybe add a Brazil nut in there, and you're pretty much taken care of. Yeah, many people would say you look healthy, you don't tell them about your diet. Yeah, it's really interesting. As soon as they find out you're vegan or raw vegan, then they start perceiving you in certain ways. I don't know why they are considering omnivores. I think people expect to stop aging on the perfect diet and escape death. Fruitarianism, we're still aging. Yeah. Well, one way of slowing down aging is with intermittent fasting. Because, like I said, human growth hormone gets released when insulin is not present, and insulin is always present when you're eating. So if you just don't eat, human growth hormone gets released, and that helps with staying youthful, helps maintaining muscle mass, helps keeping in good shape, and keeping your cells in a state of autophagy. Autophagy is when your cells are like renewing at a fast rate. It's like survival of the fittest. So when your cells are in a state of autophagy, they're getting rid of the old cells and they're constantly renewing new cells or creating new cells, which helps keep you young, fit, healthy. Vitamin D is hard to get up north. Yeah, take a vitamin D pill, I recommend. Get out in the sun, sure, in the summer. Not too much sun. You don't want to get all wrinkly and shit. Yeah, take a vitamin D supplement, vitamin D3, and get out in the sun for however long you feel good in the sun for. Something about food addictions. Do you think people are drawn back to food addictions and that is just their mind's reasoning that they feel better on cooked food? I don't know, man. Everyone's different goals. Like, not everyone's goal is to be the healthiest. Not everyone's goal is to detox. Not everyone's goal is to lose weight. Not everyone's goal is to feel total mental clarity. Some people's goal is just to like be normal and fit in. Like, they'll do whatever they can to be normal and fit in. They'll do whatever they can to just feel full and heavy. And cooked food does that. It works really, really well for that. So everyone has different goals. If your goal is to, lose weight and be as clean and serene as possible, then you're probably not going to do cooked food. But you'll do it if your goals change, and you'll do it if, that wasn't your goal in the first place, and you'll eat cooked if, being social is your number one priority. If convenience is your number one priority, cooked food's way more convenient. You'll do cooked if you just can't get quality fruit. There's so many reasons for doing cooked. Addiction is just one reason. I mean, 99% of the people who have addictions aren't even aware that they have addictions. So you can't just tell someone they have an addiction. They take that really, really offensive. They take offense to that. But like, you only realize you have an addiction when you try and quit something. And then you're like, you feel good without it, but yet you still want it, like really badly. And then when you go and have it, you feel like shit. But then you want it again. So like, that's how you find out you have an addiction. Like, you're wanting something that makes you feel like shit. Like, and you're wanting something that you don't want to want. That's an addiction. Wanting something that you don't want to want. Boom. That's like the cleanest, simplest definition I've ever just come up with right there. Addiction is wanting something you don't want to want. Why don't any plant-based medical professionals, dietitians recommend being raw vegan? Plant-based dietitians, I don't think that's the case. I think there are some plant-based medical professionals, nutritionists, dietitians recommending being raw vegan. I think there are those people out there. Just not a lot. Probably because there's not a lot of studies out there, if any. There might be like 1 or 2 studies. Chris Kendall just told me about a study, but there aren't many out there. And if there are, then they're probably old. Most raw vegans I see have a lot of holes. Good on you for being more balanced. Yeah, you got to be balanced, man. I'm almost 30 now. I've been on this for a decade. I've seen a lot. I've studied this stuff every single day. You have to be balanced. The balanced people win in the long term. I'm on that fasting life, 3-hour window. Nice, Ash. Cool. You take any herbs? If so, what do you take? I take ashwagandha. Just started taking that. That's pretty cool. Any other herbs? I mean, I put basil in my smoothies sometimes, or my sauces. I like cilantro in my salads. But I don't do any like Dr. Morris herbs or anything. Do you have problems with avocado, or you just want to lose weight? If I eat a lot of avocado, I get mucusy. I don't want to have mucus coming out of my mouth every morning. But avocado gives me mucus. And if I don't eat it, I don't get the mucus. If I eat it, I get the mucus. And yeah, I want to lose weight for summer. Like, I have muscle now, but I want to cut a bit for summer, so I'll cut the avocado. If your goal is to lose weight, cut the avocado. Or shorten your eating window. Dr. Greger recommends whole foods for vitamin E. There's 7 different types. Cool. Why are you not in cycling? Cycling, I think, is very dangerous. Cycling is very, very dangerous. You can, and it's not just dangerous, it's just a pain in the ass. Like, you have to make sure your chain is greased. You got to make sure you got the right shoes. You got to make sure you got the right helmet. You got to make sure that you got the right shorts. You got to make sure you got the right freaking bib. You got to make sure you got enough calories with you when you go. You got to make sure you got enough water with you when you go. You got to make sure that everything's screwed in properly. You got to make sure your brakes are tight. You got to make sure your wheels are aligned. You got to make sure your seat's the right height. Like, there's so much to it. There's so much to cycling. And it's not minimalist at all. You got to carry on this big fucking bike, and traveling with it sucks. And like, you got to store it somewhere, and like, tires can pop, and there's just so much to it. I hate all that stuff that goes with it. Like, I love swimming. I jump in the lake, I swim. I love running, put on my shoes, I run. I love weight training. I go and just lift shit. Like, it's amazing. I love what I do now. I hated cycling. There's too much to it. Like, cycling up a hill is amazing. Sure, when you're in that zone, you're going for it. When you're in the time trial, I like being in the time trial, just going around the velodrome. I love that. I love breaking records on hills. I love breaking records on the velodrome. But going for these long road rides, it's like, shit, man. Like, there's so much to look out for. It's not just the cars. It's not just the weather. It's not just like the lights and the pedestrians. It's like shit on the road, like nails and rocks and like animals running out and shit. Like, there's just too much going on. It's really dangerous. People get really fucked up with cycling. A lot of people have died while cycling. Way more people have died cycling than people running or swimming or weight training. It's just really dangerous. I don't want to risk fucking breaking something, or worse, dying, you know? And I never really, I mean, I enjoy running way more. I enjoy swimming way more. Cycling, I can get bored. I'm like, damn, I want to get off. But I know some people love cycling, so I don't really want to diss cycling. I should have said that at the start of my little rant there. If you love cycling, awesome. But I never loved it. I only did cycling in a triathlon because it took place between the swim and the run. It's like, I love swimming and I love running. And I only biked so that I could do triathlon and perform and, you know, be part of a really cool sport. But cycling was just always too much hassle. I quit raw to put on muscle personally. Cool. You can put on muscle on raw though, dude. You don't need 4,000 calories a day you don't need 4,000 calories a day. Maybe if you're trying to become a sumo wrestler, but there's a lot of guys out there looking absolutely ripped, man, not eating 4,000 calories a day. It's about releasing human growth hormone. It's more of a hormonal thing than a calorie thing. Health is a great reason to eat raw food. Yeah, health is a great reason to eat raw food. True. Cooked food is less expensive, for sure. Cooked food is very inexpensive. If you're trying to save some money, cooked food is a really, really awesome bet. Same with going to these countries where fruit grows really abundantly. You know, or if you just learn to earn more money. Like, if you think fruit's expensive, you just need to earn more money. As simple as that. Just like, it's only expensive because you can't afford it. Once you can afford it, man, you'll happily pay for it. It's no issue. Does raw vegan work for everybody? Isn't it true that some people can't thrive on a raw vegan diet? I believe everyone can thrive on a raw vegan diet. It just needs to be a balanced diet, like Kate was saying. And it needs to be high quality ingredients, and you got to have the right mindset for it. You got to have the right mindset for it. Humans are designed to thrive on living foods. Yeah, we are living beings. We're designed to live on living foods. Favorite fruits? I have so many, man. So many favorite fruits. A few off the top of my head, in no particular order: durian, champadak, jackfruit, mame sapote, avocado, mango, papaya, nectarines, peaches, cherries. Oh my God, berries, like fresh blackberries, out of control, man. So many good ones. Do calisthenics, high reps and sets, get cut up quick. Yeah, I like calisthenics as well. If your goal is to gain weight, you can do only with sweet fruits. Yeah, but they got to be dense. I mean, it helps to add fat, man. Just add some fat in there. There's no reason to only eat sweet fruit unless your goal is like detox or a fast or something, a feast or a cleanse. Yeah, add in the fats if you want to gain weight. So much easier. So much easier. Just add in fats. You'll gain weight so much quicker. What is your current BMI? Why are you trying to lose weight? I don't know my current BMI, but I'm 5. You can do my BMI for me. I'm 5'10", and I'm 155 pounds. 153 according to the DEXA scan. But when I weigh myself in the morning, I'm like 155. So I don't know how the DEXA got 153. Maybe it just measured things more accurately. But I had water that morning before the DEXA, I think, because they said not to go in there dehydrated. So the DEXA weighed me at, oh yeah, maybe the DEXA like accounts for the water weight. I don't know how it works. But DEXA weighed me at 153. I normally weigh around 155. But I'm trying to cut down to 150 for summer. At least 150, maybe 145. Gain weight with dense fruits in larger quantities, more calories than in and out. Bang on. Ash, you can just answer all my questions for me. He can be my Q&A fairy. What about running? What about your running performance? Running performance, oh man, I've gained a ton of weight and I stopped running. So what do you think? I still run distance. I can still run, 10, 15, probably 20K. But I'm just heavier now. I love trail running. I did a 5K, I did a 20-minute 5K a couple months ago on the treadmill. I made a YouTube video about it. I think it's on YouTube. It's a what I ate in a day video, and I did a workout like in the morning and ran a 20-minute 5K on the treadmill. I still got it. When I do a bulk up, I need 3,500 calories to go up to 180. Any less, I stop gaining. Yeah, if you're trying to bulk up, sure, load up. Doesn't hurt. Just don't get fat, man. Keep lifting weights. Dense fruits like bananas. Yeah, bananas, dates, avocados. Yesterday I ate a bunch of fruit and veg. I feel great. Cool. 17 hours of fasting. Does fruitarian diet damage your teeth? No. If you keep your teeth clean, your teeth cannot get ruined. Your teeth cannot get damaged if you keep your teeth clean. Doesn't matter what you're eating. They'll get damaged if you leave fruit in your teeth from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day, for sure. Yes, dense fruit and dried fruit, you can gain weight. Nuts and seeds, yes. Brush your teeth with coconut and curcumin. It's great. Do you eat leafy greens or only fruit? Sometimes I eat leafy greens. Yeah, sometimes I have some spinach. I had a couple salads in 2 nights in a row. I had some salad a couple nights ago. First salads in a long time. They worked fine. The thing about salads though is it's like a freaking event. You have to get all the ingredients. You got to cut them all up. You got to put them in a bowl. You got to make a sauce for it. It's like so much work. It's like a big event to make a salad. Like normally when I eat fruit, I just grab the fruit and eat it. You don't need to think about it. Salad's like, okay, it's like the next like hour and a half of my night is like blocked out. I gotta eat the salad. It's crazy. So I prefer just eating handfuls of leafy greens, like open a box and just eat handfuls as I'm driving or something. If I have a problem with avocado, yeah, go for a coconut. Sapote doesn't have any fat in it. Sapote is pure carbs. It's dense, but it's not fat. Avocados, coconuts, nuts and seeds. Nut milk is way better than the actual nuts and seeds. How many more comments do I have? Holy smokes! I scroll down a bit. I'm still behind. Being raw vegan, I've never had a cavity. I have a dentist who was raw vegan for like 3-4 years, fruitarian for 3-4 years. Not a single cavity in those 3-4 years. He went back to eating some cooked food just for like, he wanted to put on more muscle, I guess. But no cavities his entire life because he keeps his teeth clean. Your teeth cannot develop a cavity if your teeth are clean. Anyone who's developed cavities, they weren't keeping their teeth clean. As simple as that. I'll be going to the dentist for the first time since being raw vegan for 7 years. Wow, cool, man. Yeah, if you've been keeping your teeth clean, then expect greatness. But if you haven't been brushing your teeth, then expect some cavities, dude. How many calories should you get on a fruitarian diet? Dude, that's such a general question. It's like, what's that analogy like? Asking how many calories should I get on a fruitarian diet is asking like, how many steps should I take in my life? Like, I don't know, dude. How far you want to walk? How many steps should you take in your life? Like, dude, what do you think? That totally depends. How many calories should you get? It totally depends. Is your goal to gain weight? Is your goal to lose weight? What's your job? Do you have kids? Are you fat? Are you skinny? Like, I need way more information, man. What do you think about morning complete? I don't know what morning complete is. Salad is a great event. How much water you drink? Not a lot of water. I add water to my smoothies, but I don't drink much water. Teddy, you should check out the book Why We Sleep. Yeah, I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube about sleep. I'm not really attracted to learning more about sleep. I just know I love sleep. The more sleep I get, the better I feel. I think a lot of people are skimping on sleep big time. It's definitely a missing link for a lot of people. That's why people say, like Kate's like saying in her video, she's like, you can't be healthy on just fruit. She's like, you can't be healthy just eating fruit. And I agree. You also need to focus on sleep. You also need to focus on fitness. You also need to focus on fresh air and friendships and positive emotions and things like that. There's so much more to it. But sleep is definitely a big one that people skimp on hella. Like there's so many late night fruitarians, late night raw vegans. I'm like, that's going to fuck your health up, man. I go to bed like 9:30, latest 9:30. Someone asked me the other day if I could come film. And I'm like, well, what time do you want me to come film? And they're like, oh, it's between like, it starts at 9. And I'm like, I'm not starting filming at 9, dude. I go to bed at 9:30. I leave money on the table so I can get more sleep. Like I'll pass up on gigs so I can sleep more. Do you have to be 100% raw to thrive? No, I don't think so. Morning Complete is a green product. Yeah, I never heard of it. But I like Daily Green Boost. Oh, man, what a gorgeous lake, huh? So they're swimming this morning. I had an awesome swim. Really awesome swim. I'm going to bounce. I'm going to go to the gym. It's 8:30 now. I got an appointment at 11. So go to the gym. I'll get to the gym at 9. Takes half hour to get there. Work out from 9 to 10. Oh, and then I got another hour to get to the... Shit, I might not make it to the appointment. So I got to go. Okay, peace. I got to make some phone calls. I got to maybe push the appointment to like 11:30 or something. I got to go to the gym and keep making these gains, all right? That's it. Let's go make some gains, all right? You want to see the body update? Who wants to see the body update? Type a 1 in the comments if you want to see a physique update. I'll do a quick physique update right now for those who stayed to the end of the live. If you want to see physique update, type a 1. And I'll do a little flex off. All right, Drew. Physique update, all right, let's do physique. Where do I put this camera? Physique update. This is what you build on a fruit. Fuck, where do I put this camera, dude? I need something like regular height level. This might work. Okay, that it? Let's get ready. I shouldn't have waited so long. I gotta go to the gym, man. Okay, this will work. It's a little high. Damn. Okay, physique update coming up. Ready? For those tuning in just now is gonna be like, what the fuck is he doing? Okay, here we go. Physique update. That's it. That's the muscle we're working with right now. It's not bad, dude. It's not bad. Looks better in certain lighting, but that's better. Pretty happy. It's coming along. This is like six consistent months in. So I'll give it another couple years and we'll be next level. All right? Okay. Peace out. Much love.